Hello everyone, in this video I'll be ranking the top 5 best shotguns in Borderlands 4. Shotguns have the highest number of good weapons out of all weapon types in this game. I'll be breaking down the best of them. Now, this list was actually kind of difficult to make just due to the high number of powerful weapons here, but I'll be first starting off with some honorable mentions. But I do want to first quickly mention that TDR shotguns are broken, they don't work properly. If you throw them, they only count as if they had one in the magazine that still has not been fixed, so they're not really that good. Even the Husky Friend, which can have an additional little auto turret, it's not that good. Same thing with Torque shotguns. Now, Torque parts on shotguns are great, but the Torque shotguns themselves aren't really anything to write home about. Now, we actually have a lot of honorable mentions because there's just a lot of good ones. The Gore Master here deals increased 66% of damage with enemies below 40% health. Honestly, very powerful. You can get the Jacobson Torque roll with the Ripper on it. It's a Ripper shotgun. I'll be going over all the God rolls for each of these as well. The Kickballer, if you know this one, it used to be broken on launch and it would just immediately just destroy everything on screen. Now here's an example of what it looked like when the game launched. If you threw the critical hit knife that used to be 100%, it would just ricochet like crazy. It would always take you out pretty much. It was really funny though, because you could get a lot of second wins just because it would just absolutely nuke every single thing on the screen. I'm glad they fixed it though, because it was just wild. Now we also have the Anarchy. This one is a little bit annoying because you have to get kills or auto reloads to get plus 15% damage. At max 20 stacks, it actually hits quite hard. And you want to get this one with the Torgue Laces Impact, and it is a TDR, but it's like one of the good ones. And also Convergence, which I really do like, but there's so many good shotguns here. And it has so many projectiles that you can see with this build for Harlow, she's able to get her action skill back immediately, which is really good with the blue skill tree. Oddly enough, you can get platinum. I posted a build on how to do that. You do need the convergence for a few of those builds, and it's also good on glow to glow cash. And here's what the Gore Master looks like in actual combat. You can see it does some pretty solid damage, especially if the enemies have below 66% or below 40% of their maximum health there, so you can actually hit quite hard. The Convergence, it is a good weapon as well. As you can see, it does a crazy amount of damage because it's getting additional projectiles, which helps out if you have any other types of builds setting this up. Here's the Anarchy without any buffs. Now, you can shoot and have it auto reload 20 times to get the max buff before a boss, but that's really annoying, so not one of the ones I'd recommend. And here's a Kickballer, which is still very good, but you see what happens. Next round of honorable mentions, there's just so many good ones. Doe Shot, I love this. I'll show you how crazy it gets. We also have the Sweet Embrace. I really like this because it's one of the easiest legendaries to get, and it is very strong. It shoots in a square pattern. We also have the AC May, which I also really like. With an SMG loader, you can swap between the two of them. They do pretty crazy damage with the Ripper and Jacob's parts on it. And the Hot Slugger, also love this gun, but we just have so much crazy power creep with the new shotguns. This does enable like cash really well, so I do want to mention that. I posted a cash build yesterday. Well, you do this and you toss to the cards, you can one-shot Subjugator and Fallen Elephant, Fallen Hunter 7. It is crazy. Because basically what you're doing with this is you're just shooting and reloading. It's the fastest reloading gun in the game, and also he has a lot of skills that benefit from that. So the Hot Slugger is amazing for cash, and it is a very powerful weapon. The way to do it is hold down your shoot button and spam your reload. That'll make it shoot a lot faster, which is obviously what we're trying to accomplish here. Now here is the Doe Shot, which with the Ripper part you can see is crazy. Just a flurry of pellets everywhere. This is a really fun gun, but it may cause some lag if you're playing on consoles. And we also have the Sweet Embrace here, Moxie Sweet Embrace. Powerful one. It shoots 4 pellets there and they hit really hard. So yeah, this is a good shotgun, but still not honorable mention because we have some crazy ones here. And this is the AC May. I really do enjoy this one. So that's with the shotgun ammo. I'll swap it over to the SMG so you can get an idea of how powerful that is. It shoots out in a heart pattern, has those little hearts that pop out. I really like this one. And you know shotguns are crazy when I'm putting the Golden God and the Bod as honorable mentions. It's crazy how obviously sticky nerf impacts this, but the Golden God is really good on like Rafa, for example, because when overheating, the bullet forge does not break and will continually keep increasing the amount of ammo it costs. Rafa, with his ammo regeneration from the blue skill tree, lets him shoot this infinitely because it'll keep regenerating to 1 ammo, which is all you need to fire this thing off. And it's also, it has COV always on it, meaning that you can use the COV enhancement Quicksilver. Whenever you're overheating, you get 100% critical hit chance. So this can be amazing on Rafa, but compared to the others on this list, it doesn't hold up. And also the Bod, it got nerfed quite hard. The stickies are still good, and the impact is also amazing. I actually prefer the elemental impact. And here's what the Bod can do. Basically taking out Subjugator in seconds. Also, while I'm at it, I can also show off the Convergence here. Sorry, that was poor cropping, but you get the idea. It actually hits insanely hard. This is with gloam to glow, adding additional damage to all those pellets because it does a lot of pellets. But same thing here with the bod. If you have the bod with high caliber, so it goes through enemies, and then use the airburst Torg enhancement, it can do some insane stuff. That's an Ultimate Vault Hunter 7, and it absolutely shreds, on cash in particular. I'm using a Harlow build here just to make things as standard as possible. This is the Golden God. It's a very powerful weapon, but it chews through your ammunition really quickly if you're not able to sustain it here with some method. But yeah, it's a very powerful gun. That's why I want to include it near the end. Same thing with the bod. This weapon is also very powerful. If you're using the stickies, every 14 shots will give you the max damage boost, which is now 200%. But as shown in that other video, using an impact bod with the high caliber and the Torg enhancement on like globe to glow cache would be your best bet if you wanted to get the most out of using the bod. Still not a bad weapon, but not top 5. And for our number 5, what I think to be one of my favorites, the Hellwalker. This actually got buffed a couple times. It's a Doom reference. It looks like the super shotgun. It's really cool, but it's also very strong. This is the max roll for 29k DPS. It has 2 rounds, but it has a very fast reload speed with it being actually a little bit quicker than the Hot Slugger here. And what's great about it is Jacobs. So I'm going to use it against a shield here. So not even like this obviously would be much better used against a red health bar. So I'm using it against something it's not great at, and you can see it right there. It is shredding through it much faster, and even it has the fire buff on this boss right now. Absolutely decimating it. It is so powerful. It's one of the best weapons if you got like a source of infinite ammo for like the new Subjugator and Thole because of all the red health bars. Hopefully we'll see some more red health bars in the future because this thing absolutely shreds, and it's great because it's a multi-projectile gun, so it gets your action skill back if you're playing as Harlow, for example. 10 pellets, hits hard, fast reload, always comes stock as fire. Actually, when the game launched, it could come fire or no elements, but it's always going to be fire now. This thing is really good. Now, I forgot to mention an honorable mention. The Rainbow Vomit is another really good Jacobs shotgun here. Jacobs across the board actually has some very powerful shotguns due to the multiple projectiles that they do get. But our 4th place is TK's Wave. I really like TK's Wave. It is incredibly powerful. In previous tier lists, I had this even higher, but it's just we have so many good new shotguns here. TK's Wave can come with the Ripper parts, a knife launcher. You don't really care about that. What we want to find is the Atlas licensed underbarrel that lets you have the homing in projectiles. It will replace like the Ripper part there, but you can see here 31k DPS. It comes with the Torg licensed impact mag, and it's Jacobs. What more do you need? So basically what you want to do is put that Atlas dart on it and then just get spamming with your shots because they rip and tear right through it. It's crazy. It shoots in a wave, and this is actually a staple gun in the Borderlands series. TK's Wave has always been around. It used to be a blue weapon and it was very powerful. I hope they bring back really strong blues if they do a Borderlands 5. But you've seen it there, folks. It's crazy. Now, your favorite shotgun might have been an honorable mention in this video. That does not mean it's bad. It's just number 4 and number 5 you can see are so insanely powerful. And if you can get it to like clip through it multiple ways, unfortunately it's a Torg one there. So yeah, you go down pretty frequently, but it just does so much damage that yeah, it's worth using. Even when you're in a second win, you don't have to worry with this gun. And number 3 is the new Pearlescent, the Constable. This thing is insane. I'm actually just going to show the fire version here because this is the highest possible damage roll, 23k. This leaves behind little projectiles, and I actually did a full video where I broke down what happens with the projectiles because it's based on the overall accuracy of the gun. But a brief explanation here. So this one's 38% accurate. This one is 71% accurate. You want it to be less accurate because this is what the less accurate version looks like. Oh crap, the door will close there. So it has, you see there, the amount of projectiles that are coming off of this gun. Now, if we switch to the more accurate version, a lot less projectiles. They do stretch a lot further. I do have a full video where I break down the entire properties of this, but we like this with things like Temerario on like Rafa, for example, because you're getting so inaccurate, those balls are just grouped up really well. And as mentioned, I'm just gonna use the fire one here, which is obviously not super powerful against this type of health bar, but you see, projectile bullet hell. It is crazy. It hits hard, it's a fun weapon to use, and I'm glad they're adding in some fun new weapons to the meta, because yeah, you've seen it there. It's insane. Mostly due to those extra projectiles that you get, so great for mobbing, great for bossing. And again, if I did elemental match, that would have been even crazier, but it doesn't even need it, it's that strong. So yeah, you guys see it there. Crazy projectiles everywhere. The enemies just get absolutely nuked by this thing. It's fun to use. The Constable is an insane new addition to the game. Now, our number 2 and our number 1 slots were actually really difficult. One thing about shotguns is they're good at melee range, which means the Crazed Earl is actually pretty solid. This is our second one, and I'll get to the number one in a moment here. But what's crazy with the Crazed Earl, they had it broken for a little while. They fixed it. It has, if you get the Incendiary Overdrive, goodbye to Subjugator and Thule the Invincible. But it's going to fire off shards that stick onto the enemy. Meleeing them will make those shards explode and send them towards other nearby enemies. This comes with Jacobs, and that's obviously really nice. And to show you how powerful this thing can get, like, we're just gonna pump them full. I really like the pearlescent, like how they look for the bullets. So getting in, putting a ton of these on him, and then just going with the melee there, goodbye health bar. It's crazy. Yeah, this thing I was going to put in first place, but you'll see why I put the first place weapon where I did. This thing is absolutely nuts. You do have to get in close and do a melee attack to get the most out of it, so that is something, but you see it there very quick. And honestly, number 2 and number one on this list are interchangeable. They are very difficult to rank. This will struggle against like flying bosses, like actually going against Subjugator, because you can't actually get up and melee him like you'd want to be able to, but you see it there. This thing is crazy powerful. Shotguns and melee, what a great combination. The Mantra is what I think to be the best shotgun in Borderlands 4. This opens up so many different builds because it deals melee damage, but it also deals gun damage. So you're getting the increases from melee damage increases or gun damage. And furthermore to that, you can actually double dip and take bare arms. Melee damage now benefits from increases to gun damage, so you can stack this up even further. This is from Bloom Reaper, so it is a little annoying to farm, but if you get the Jacobs and Ripper part on it, this is just so crazy. Now I have 0 melee skills set up on Harlow right now, but you can see it still doesn't care. It's doing insane amounts of damage, and this is a build that's not spec'd around this at all. Now this does shoot off like single projectiles there, so sometimes it is a little bit difficult if you got like an infinite ammo build to get this to trigger properly, but it can still get it. Another thing about this is it got little cool flexing arms there, but it's also splash damage. This is the best weapon in my opinion to take on Bloom Reaper with as well, so I didn't even swap the elements proper there, but yeah, this thing absolutely shreds, hitting hard here, and then I'll swap it to actually showcase it like on its corrosive version against this health bar. Yeah, you see it there. This thing melts really quickly. It was a tough call though. The Crazed Earl is very powerful as well, but this thing is just on another level. They're very close though. They're actually both insane. Shotguns were across the board very powerful in this game. And if you want to use Vex's blue skill tree, which is melee damage focus, you can stack reverberations while using this, and you can see it there. This melts everything. Reverberations has a 50% chance to deal 150% of the damage as fire. It's crazy. But you can see it there. Melting Thule here. This is a build that does not have infinite ammo, but yeah, you can see it. It's just so freaking powerful. That's in Ultimate Vault Hunter 7 and poor cropping. And here it is, Melting Thule the Invincible really quickly. So I will have this build linked in the comments. It hits hard. It's so good on a lot of builds. You can use it on an Amon melee build. You can use it on a Rafa melee build. You can even use it on a Harlow with her green skill tree that has nothing to do with melee. And you saw it there. It has such crazy high damage output. This thing is really fun to use. Yeah, this is a really difficult list to rank just because of how powerful they all are. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, because there are some shotguns that are actually pretty crazy here. Just this top 5 was so difficult. But yeah, that is it for all the weapon types in Borderlands 4. I will have some more top 5s here as we anticipate the next DLC to drop. But yeah, please hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you'd like to see next for Borderlands 4, and we'll catch y'all in